What lies beyond Big Thunder Mountain? That is a question proposed to Disney Parks fans at the end of the Parks Experiences and Products panel at D23 2022. After all the immediate future announcements were completed, Josh D'Amaro, chairperson of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, announced a number of blue sky concept projects. These projects, at this time, are nothing more than ideas and imaginations of what could be for the future of the Disney parks. As exciting as these announcements were, it's important to remember that since these are just conceptual ideas, they're just a slight bit more valid than idea I could make up for you today. Honestly, the only difference between the two is that a working Disney Imagineer had these ideas rather than myself. These ideas are not breaking ground anytime soon and will likely look very different than the artwork presented at the panel, if they ever see fruition at all. That being said, let's look at these ideas and see how they would fit into the Magic Kingdom if they were to ever happen. Do they fit the theme of their placement? Are the IPs chosen worth adding to the iconic Magic Kingdom park? What rides and experiences might come along with these lands? Let's discuss. Let's start by looking at this concept image and working our way up in the order they were announced. Coco kicked off the idea of what lies beyond Big Thunder Mountain, with the town of Santa Cecilia from the film being housed in a valley just behind the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad ride. Let's make a chart here and use this as we go. We'll make 3 bullet points. The first will be theming, the second will be if I feel like it fits in the prestige of the Magic Kingdom, and the third will be potential for exciting new attractions and rides. As far as theming goes, lands do not need to weave into one another. Tomorrowland is a speedway away from Fantasyland, literally inches apart from the Mad Tea Party ride. That being said, Coco would actually fit really well if they were to call this New Frontierland. Similar to New Fantasyland, which debuted in 2012, debuting new rides and experiences that extended the reach of the existing Fantasyland. The rivers of America can serve as the Rio Grande of sorts, separating the American Southwest setting of Frontierland and the Mexico setting of Coco. It's a match made in heaven, really. On to the second point, does Coco deserve a whole land? While I would be perfectly fine with Coco being integrated into the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot, which would make the pavilion much more exciting for guests, giving it more foot traffic as Frozen did for the Norway Pavilion, I'm actually enthusiastic about the idea of Coco having its own land in the Magic Kingdom. Needless to say, representation is very important, and Coco offers Latin American representation that is virtually non-existent in the Central Park of Disney World Resort at this time, aside from meet and greets with Disney Junior Princess Elena of Avalor. Walt Disney World sees daily visitation from people across the globe, which is why it is so important for the Magic Kingdom's worlds of fiction and magic to reflect all forms of storytelling across the globe, taking in diverse voices and settings rather than only catering to a few demographics. But that's not the only reason I think Coco would be great for Magic Kingdom. Coco is a fantastic PIXAR movie, one of the best the Stellar Animation Company has made, and PIXAR has only seen a handful of IPs in the Focal Point Park, such as Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor and Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. Giving a PIXAR movie its very own lands in the Magic Kingdom is an exciting prospect that I would welcome. But what about rides and attractions? Well, the Imagineers at the panel did tease the idea of riding on the back of an alebrije, those big neon flying beasts from Mexican folklore featured in Coco prominently. I think this could be a good Flight of Passage style ride, or perhaps an upscaled Peter Pan's Flight kind of ride. In addition, I would expect lots of musical performances and great food options. I would also love for the land to transform into a land of the dead with lighting installments and walk-around skeleton characters at night. All in all, I would love to see Coco added to the Magic Kingdom. Let's move on to the second idea, Encanto. Starting with the theming, this would actually be a great fit for an extension to Frontierland. Encanto takes place in Colombia, which is in South America just below Mexico. If one were to start in Frontierland, the American Southwest, and move through Coco's land, set in Mexico, they would realistically end up in Colombia, where Encanto is set. Now for the question of, does it fit in the Magic Kingdom? Well, despite being a very new IP that lacks the legacy and tenure of the likes of Cinderella, Peter Pan, or even Tron to a degree, Encanto is one of those popular modern Disney films, with its soundtrack topping charts way past its theatrical release. While I personally would have chosen Frozen or Tangled to get a significant land in the Magic Kingdom first, aside from a bathroom, I understand that Encanto has already solidified its position as a Disney classic and will be beloved for generations to come. For that reason, I would say it has definitely earned its place in the most magical place on Earth, in my opinion. On to rides and experiences potential. This land, as they discussed in the panel, would most likely feature the magical family's casita and allow guests to meet the family, explore the house, and maybe even explore some of the magical rooms the family members inhabit. It is unclear how one would do this, whether that's from a dark ride, a simulator, or a walkthrough attraction, but it is safe to assume that the casita would be a necessity for this land. And there was one more land considered for this Beyond Big Thunder Mountain project. What was it again? Oh, that's right. Planes, Fire, and Rescue Disney villains. Huh. You know, I don't think I can glaze over this one. There's a bit more going on behind this land than the ones we discussed earlier. For one, it's been rumored for decades, and the fans have been demanding it for a long time. But not quite like this. For a while, it was rumored that an entire villain's park could be coming as the 5th gate in Walt Disney World. I think we need to give this topic a little more attention, so let's save it for next week. But what do you think of these blue sky concepts to expand the Magic Kingdom? Do you like the IPs Imagineering is considering? Let us know in the comments. Also, let us know what you think of a Disney Villains Land. Should it be an entire park? Let us know in the comments and we may mention it in next week's video. If you liked this video, be sure to give us a like and subscribe for more Disney Parks discussions. We also have Instagram and Twitter. You can follow those to never miss a new video. Thanks for watching.